A little bit of a slow day today for this ticker, but the great news is that we got the closure that we were looking for. That's actually the bi-daily closure. Not to mention the fact that we have closures above 40 cents for 3 days in a row now. Welcome back to the channel on this Thursday. This is ARCa. Let's dive into ticker symbol ASRE. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again. Let's dive in to ticker symbol ASRE. So we're going to start off first with the ARQ algorithms, right? The ones that we just released and the ones that you just observed right now in the introduction, right? So please notice that this is the DBSI indicator, right? A lot of people know of this indicator based on this image here, right? So this indicator in particular does give you a metric or a strength value based on the closures of candles upside of the EMA 13 versus the candles that are closing below the EMA 13. In this case, the 4-hour time frame is giving you a relative strength value right up here. Bulls leading the way, 76% over the bears at 24%. And it is expected to do as such because of many strategies that we've already encountered, right? So, to add to the thesis here, let's go ahead and just pull up ARQ Composure, which is the this is that sought after indicator that people ask me about often that identifies market manipulation, right? So just like this here with that yellow X. So what you're looking at here is something very, very important. What is that? So first of all, we got the blue triangle. That blue triangle is telling us that the current trend, it was a downtrend, is now over, and this is ready for a full-on reversal, right? And another thing is that this yellow triangle came on, and that yellow triangle gives us a very, very unique signal, and that happens when the EMA 2 crosses upside of the EMA 8. So smaller time frame moving averages moving upside of larger time frame moving averages is a bullish thing. Okay, so one more signal to go over here is actually not with the ARQ algos, but it's actually with this right over here. We have a 4-hour bullish engulfing. Okay, so that's actually pretty good. Candle analysis on the 4-hour time frame, sure, it's good, but I honestly rather study, study price action analysis alongside formation with candles in the 8-hour minimum, right? But still, it is in the 4 hours, so we have to give it some credibility here. Okay, so now next chart. Let's go ahead and see what we have here. Yeah, this was the very important bi-daily closure that I mentioned in the introduction of this video. And the reason why I'm saying that this is incredibly important is because we were, as we were observing this live, we were actually bouncing up and down this 37 or 36.50, right around there. Until we finally got that closure upside of the mean band. So this was one of my conditions. I said that it would be highly ideal if we close this candle here that's testing the mean band. It would be highly ideal for us to close it upside of the mean band. So we didn't only just do that. We, in fact, let's see what the closure of this candle is, 40, and let's see what the opening of this one is, 40. Okay. Yeah, not only that is we actually got the closure of this candle from today, right? This is the bi-daily candle. We closed at, what is it? It's right up here, right? The OHLC for open, high, low, close. So we closed at 40.54, right? Which means that we closed, obviously, from beyond the opening of the previous bi-daily candle and also beyond the closing of the previous bi-daily candle. So that's a very bullish statement coming out of ASRE. So now the highlighted targets per this indicator are actually here. So we would have to keep in mind this target right about here, right? Let's go ahead and just kind of put that there so that we have it in mind. So 46, I think I said 46.08, right? Here you go. All right, and now, but within that, the range is 45.41 to 47.26. And just to remind everybody here, it's a very particular target because of the statistics, right? Volatility versus momentum is suggesting a 435 spot, 98% move to the upside. This is your average here based on 7 out of 7 iterations guessed correctly using volatility versus momentum in throughout the entire trading history. These are the samples. So yeah, getting that upside, the mean of 435%, that actually that signal fired off right down here at this candle at about 9 cents. So that 435% move to the upside leads us to a target of about 50.44, and it's very important because it is highlighting the 1.618 golden mean at 47.10. Statistics and geometrics are very much meeting what we spoke about back here, right? Very much meeting the standard deviation, the 2 standard deviation multiplier from the mean of the Bollinger Bands, right? So and absolutely our personal discretion, right? I highlighted the 45.41 to 47.26 as a relevant area of resistance just on my own, right? So yeah, that's looking very good. Now, just to give you the update here on this this strategy here, I want you to just notice that we are still on that path, right? So please notice that this is that reaccumulation phase, or the the Wyckoff reaccumulation phase, and we are still on that path, right? We got every little detail as far as this schematic is concerned, right? Starting from this point here at this pivot here, right? Yeah, it's I mean, if you really want to whatever, right, we can actually just identify it like this. So this is the resistance top, and we came down here, right? So let me just get this a little brighter here. There we go. And now you can identify it like this, right? Bam. So we got that downside here, and then we did this entire move to the, for the reaccumulation. So yeah, I do suspect that ASRE is still looking very strong, and we could be seeing a continuation to the upside, but there is a little bit of a pullback coming in. And if I were to put a guess over where that pullback can be, I would say probably again back to the area of about 37 cents, maybe even into the 39-cent zone. Actually 38.03, yeah, 38.03 to around 40.54. Yeah, I would say 37 to 40 cents would be that pullback area before we can continue on to the upside. And the reason why I'm saying that is because of the momentum here. So please notice that we are actually facing downward here on that RSI. Let's look at a shorter time frame too. Yeah, 10-minute time frame still has a little bit of pressure. Let's see, 30-minute time frame. Yeah, downside pivot here. And here's the kind of the catch, right? If you notice here, we actually broke. We were upside of the SMA 14 represented by the pink line, right? We were upside of it, bouncing, and now we broke down below it. We resisted, right? We went lower, we resisted, we went lower, and now we're breaking outside of it. So now if you remember correctly, conditions, right? In order for us to continue to the upside, usually when you break an area of resistance, you must come back and validate it as a support before you can continue on to the upside. Doesn't always happen, but oftentimes that's part of the trading book rules. Another thing that can actually give us a little bit of incentive for a downside, would be this bi-hourly RSI. Notice that this SMA 14 is located within the gravitational zone of the bull strength percentile. Highly likely for us to face a little resistance there before a pullback. I'm not sure that the pullback is going to be too big here. And the reason why I'm saying this is because when we pull back from that SMA 14, we'll likely just bounce from the gravitational zone here and then continue onwards and upwards, right? So then we would have a better shot of pushing this SMA 14 to the upside while the RSI gets that validation of support, and then we would be able to clear this when it's outside of the danger zone, when it's in the gravitational zone, right? So, and now moving on to the 4 hour, yeah, same situation here with the 4 hour in the gravitational zone, potential pullback right into the gravitational zone here, and then rejection. So it would be slightly up, down, then reject. Literally the same situation in the 8 hour time frame too. These are like mirror images. And here's that downside already playing on the 12 hour that we would get from the shorter time frames. So in other words, this would continue to the downside ever so slightly to meet that 58% right here, and then bounce from the gravitational zone and continue onwards and upwards. Same situation with the daily time frame. And it looks like the buy daily. Actually, you know what? Let's go up to the, yeah, where is this sitting? Yeah, okay. So a little bit of danger coming up on the 3-day time frame. But I suspect that this resistance along, yeah, actually, yeah, the only resistance here, the 3-day resistance would actually, I see that being the 47.10 to 50.44 target. So yeah, I'm still long the asset. I'm still very bullish the asset, and I do think that this has some upside to go, especially now that we have some conditions met, right? I'm a very conditional trader, a rules-based trader. So I must, the criteria must meet in order for us to consider or long a position or consider an upside continuation, right, team? So yeah, I think this is a pretty good place to kind of cut it out, kind of cut it off here and do our thing and get some rest. My apologies for coming on late. It's just that my little boy, he had some trouble, right? So yeah, but yeah, team, appreciate everybody for listening in. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well, a very, very good rest of your night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.